This is Brett Moomey with Skipper Buds and Marine Max Yachts. I'm going to take you on a tour of this 2026 Tiara 56 LS. This boat is in a beautiful, I believe it's a Bentley silver, bright silver, with a carbon custom painted boot line. You'll note the quad 600 Mercuries on the back, of course. That pushes this boat to 55 miles an hour, which is a very conservative number. That's with full load, full options, full waste, full water, gear, and people in freshwater. So light load, light options, or light fuel, then this boat is approaching 60 miles an hour, and it's an absolute beast in that rough water. Let's take a tour through the inside. I'll try to point out some of the features on this boat. As we walk down the dock, I'll note a couple of things on the hardtop. The boat is, this is with the adventure package on the back, which gives you the rod holders, some other features that we're gonna note when we get inside the boat. They did option it with the outriggers. The family headed out fishing just the other day, out here salmon fishing, but you do have the rocket launchers on the hardtop supports as well. But notable on the hardtop itself, outside of the traditional Starlink, all of the antenna whips and the mast stand are power folding, so super cool feature. You push a button, all of those systems fold right down, and then you'll see, you know, the more common air horn, radar, and then a very massive full panning, auto stabilizing FLIR on the hardtop option from factory level as well. This is a good option without seeing the two fold downs here. They did a pretty cool feature where they actually patented the dive doors in those beach terraces. So the boat has a 16-foot beam, but when that's extended out, you're over 24 feet of beam width when you're at anchor or lowering a single side at dock, which you see quite often. Helps the flow, helps the kids swimming or whatever you have. And then as we approach the boat, I'll show you this ladder, which I can't extend here, but there's a massive 6-foot ladder that extends out of this port side beach platform. And when it's extended, you actually have a couple feet of hand grabs that extend topside. So when you're exiting the water, you're not trying to get up on the platform. You actually have wider hand grabs to extend out and exit the water. You do have a traditional flip-out ladder for the swim platform as well. You've got water hookups in the back. You've got the shore power for your seat on the starboard side, and then you've got the moving comfort system Mercury as well. But how nice is this? You've got the full boarding, you've got the height to board from the lower swim platform, you know, slightly elevated height here, or on a day like today, away from the dock and a little closer, you've got this great grab rail and elevated platform. So accessing the boat, especially with tide conditions in the saltwater market, having a differing tide, super nice that you've got multiple access points onto the boat. You've got water, fuel tank fills, and then a diesel Onan generator fill as well here. This is that dive door access that I noted. Seeing the beef of this thing is kind of a testament to Tiara Yachts, the thickness, the overall finish. And then this is that dive ladder that I was mentioning that extends out with two giant boarding pools. And then you've got built-in rod holders with cup holder mounts here. And coming on board, this is the adventure module. So there's standard option changes. You can do it with a more cruising traditional seat with a grill on the aft side, some storage, whatnot. This one has some cool features though, and has grown on me quite a bit. So you have your electric grill. You have on both sides pop-up accent lights. Down here is an optional feature that I really like, which is your inflate and deflate for tubes, what have you. You've got a chiller box that'll freeze or refrigerate with some storage in there. And then you have a traditional live well that also has dive tank storage. And then outside is your sink / wash down. Again, got your pop out light. Additional storage on both sides, line holders, bait or lure holders. And then this is super cool. So not only does the seat open, but you'll notice the headrest moves. So the function here and the comfort, especially for those long runs out to fishing spots or even just cruising, is super nice instead of having that back support low. They also did a great job of accenting all of these little finishes. And as you go through the boat, the more that you own it, the more you see these little tiny finishes that Tiara did. Really a super nice job. Both sides here, you're gonna have storage or bait or fish boxes. So those are insulated. You can use them as cooler. They also have a macerator for ice, what have you. With the adventure module, you get this optional leaf table. Notable that it's a solid surface base under there attached to the seat, which I'll show you why. That becomes super functional again, not only by converting this seat aft, joining it to the forward-facing seat in the adventure module, but also giving one more space to move from port to starboard or vice versa. Having a whole nother area to access or move about the boat is super functional. And I will show you the lazarette space, which is another wonderful storage space. And Tiara did a great job where you can remove this panel for access to mechanical space if you need for service. There's just a couple of bolts that hold on this center panel, and then this one is your more traditional, I don't think I got it all the way forward. This is your more traditional access to your mechanical space / storage. So down here you'll see a Seakeeper 10, Onan diesel Cummins generator, your full battery packs, awesome storage again, all of your line reels, and then your hot water heater. This boat is optioned with the strainer ad for Electro C strainer ad, so helping you with buildup, especially in the salt market, for your AC system. Incredible audio system buried throughout this boat. The system's wonderful. There's full RGB lights for interior accents, hardtop accents, and underwater lights that are all controlled through the screen. You do have a Garmin aft-facing camera, and then the Make Fast sunshade, which is absolutely massive. They did go to a more, kind of pleated or open fabric on this versus the traditional solid fabric, which helps with rain draining or water draining, as well as a little bit more durable, and wind doesn't seem to catch as much wind. And up here at the bar, you have a ridiculous amount of refrigeration. So fridge, freezer, storage, and then additional freezer with ice maker option in here. There's a trash can on a slide here, additional storage port side, a induction cooktop here, can be optioned as a grill as well, and then a sink as well. Moving inside, so there's a bunch of lights that aren't on right now. Those are controlled through the entire screen system. I'll get to that in a moment. But you have a high-low table here with a filler cushion option, full wraparound seating. So right now the table's up, but you can lower it down all the way on the power system and make it a full kind of lounge area, which aside from just lounging, you have a fold-out TV in the hardtop. So especially evenings, more often than just day lounging, I see clients using this similar space with the TV folded down and kind of having a movie night back here. Massive forward-facing seats, so you've got the ability for 3, 1, and 1. So you can fit up to 5 people all forward-facing in this section. It does have fully integrated Garmin's, so your shore power control, all of your DC power monitoring, some battery parallel, which gets in depth with engine charging if you're, or service battery charging if your generator's not on, so that'll dupe your engine batteries, to actually charge your house batteries through parallel if that's not on. You've got all of your lighting controls, as well as climate, full climate control, and then a full monitor of all of your systems, what pumps are running, whatever else. Now, if you download the Garmin Active Captain, there's a plugin that you can add to this that will also monitor temperature inside the cabin. It'll monitor shore power connection to make sure you don't lose shore power, and you can set it up to monitor up to 4 or 5 systems all through your phone remotely with that plugin for this Garmin Active Captain with this particular setup. Super nice feature. Before we go down, I'm gonna hit some of the lights on to save me some space. Those are on. Cabin, VIP head, VIP cabin. And then you can switch mode. These are all on dimmers. There's instructions on there if you hit the info as well on how to operate the systems and what does what. Moving through the Helm still, you do have duplicate controls for all of your different systems. Helm seat, this one is on a forward aft, so the large seat here with the bolster forward aft. You've got great footrest here, full audio controls on an independent screen, but again, you can control all of these through the main system as well, just like the zip weight. So you can control that zip weight through your Garmin screens. More commonly, you're seeing somebody twist it port starboard if it's not centering the way you want, or adjusting your from center degree bow up, bow aft. This boat does have the integrated proportional bow thruster as well. So duped in with the joystick, you'll see that system auto engage to control the bow with the joystick, or you can hit a button, disengage that so that you're just manually controlling your bow thruster while running the joystick, which is the way I prefer to run the boat. Kind of a cool feature here, if you go down to your DC power, and if I hit all off on my engine battery, it's going to be a 2-minute timer. So all your lights are going to stay on, you can walk away from the boat, and then within 2 minutes it shuts down. Now you can push and hold for like 5 seconds, the whole system shuts down, or you have a remote control. Same exact thing, you walk away from the boat, you get 20 feet down the dock, push and hold your power button, everything comes off. Vice versa, getting back to the boat, push and hold, everything comes on. You do have power doors, both port and starboard. Both on this model and the 48LE, it moved to a different system. So the 48LS, I apologize, the new 48LS is on something similar to this, which is called like a worm screw or whatever. It's a screw style, not a cable monitor, so it's a very durable system that has very few issues. Let's finish bow real quick and then we'll move back aft. Notable line holders, both sides, port and starboard, huge pop-up cleats. These hardtop supports are carbon fiber and painted, and then you have your see-through glass. Massive access up to the bow. When we get down below, even though it's an overcast day, you'll see the natural light that spills through all of these accents or these big windows. Then up forward, you have flip down rests, you have adjustable legs, footrests, where you can pop it up to lower down. Each table is independently adjusted, storage under all these seats, absolutely massive access up to your windlass. With nice dedicated storage. This boat does have the optional bow shore power as well, so you can plug in up here and have monitor for making sure shore is good. And then you also have a freshwater and raw water washdown. This boat's also optioned with a make fast bow sunshade. So pull these out. You've got dedicated storage under these seats for a couple of poles that go up to the bow. Sail sunshade up here, and then you have those same light little accents on either side of the bow here. Nice teak accents throughout, solid teak high gloss tables here. All these little accents are kind of nice. This is a change that Tiara recently made throughout the whole boat. Instead of going with the teak that people found when they were setting bottles in or you know, rubbing rings against would get scratches, that is all actually a dipped material, so it's very durable, very easy to repair or replace, and much more cost effective than the actual glued teak. Nice accent lights throughout the deck, walking forward and aft. Big opening porthole that you're going to see there as well when we get downstairs. And notable, you've got this excellent space if you're a little shorter, ability to sit up. Now this boat does run super level, so I'm, you know, just under 6 foot, 5'11". I can see over this bow at all times. I never lose visibility, but sometimes long runs, big waves, it's kind of nice to have either a footrest sitting here to jump down to, or when standing, you've got this great space to sit as you're in autopilot or in heading hold with the joystick. Great grab handles. You've got great space for your, this is actually your spotlight control, and then that's the button to lower and raise the antennas, I believe. Really a super nice appointed cabin downstairs. So immediately going down, you have generator start stop. Now that's the main control board. You don't need to use that as much as you used to because you can control that through the screens to power as well as switch over from shore power. And then you have a microwave with convection and with air fry in it. And then nice storage again, nice tray storage, storing your keys, wallet, whatever, but also in-depth storage, a couple little trash cans. This is your full light control. Again, everything's on dimmers, so you can turn all of your lights on and off, but also control the dim level. Super wide access steps coming down, so they're not a short step and they're not deep. A lot of little accents that you don't quite capture at first glance, but these are through teak wireless chargers for your phones. We'll move up to the owner's cabin first. So you have big storage under the bed. Notable how much detail they put in here with full teak. Nice little strip lighting. Got big trash and or drawer storage there. Same below. These are kind of cool little chargers. You have USB, USB-C, and regular outlet plugins here. Super nice little detail. Not only the in-house headboards here, all of this is done in-house, all the upholstery, everything else. But how sweet is this little Garmin screen? You've got your anchor monitoring, your controls of all of those lights, everything else that you would have for your main systems through your Garmin can be controlled at your headboard of your owner's cabin. Then additional over here, you've got the same plug. And then a large hanging locker. Again, noting little details here, but that's that filler cushion for the main kind of cockpit salon area. Additional full head. Just trying to find the dimmer in here. There it is. So full head, dry head, full size shower, all sorts of storage throughout this head. Storage beneath, storage both sides, storage under. A lot of little notable things in here that again get overlooked, like using solid surface at your kicks. They've got a really nice drain system in the shower that's solid surface, and then a full quartz or Corian wrapped seat base or toilet base. So a lot of durability built in that's also aesthetically appealing. And really, in these showers, just a cool head, cool faucet, shower head. All sorts of little dedicated storage behind there. Full length mirror, which has become very important as my wife has bought little target mirrors numerous times because the boat that we're on doesn't have that. So if you come in here, this is the shared day head. So this goes to the mid berth, and I'll come in through the other side. But here's where that light comes in. So in the owner's cabin, we had some natural light I didn't point out for the large glass panel behind the forward-facing seat exterior. But I mean, the size of this window is wonderful. You do have privacy blinds or shades. And again, just an absolutely massive shower for this size boat. You know, again, 5'11", 6 foot. I've got plenty of clearance here. You've got all this nice little dedicated storage. This is all solid surface. It's not gel coated. Same on the floorboard in here, and same for the kick. And then the seats around here, as well as all around your sink base. And last but not least, going into the guest cabin, nice little hanging rack for towels, what have you. Again, a full-length mirror. And then you have these two twin beds. You've got TV behind there, all sorts of storage. There's, I think, 3 big drawers over there. You've got another little storage cabinet behind. And this isn't small storage. I mean, it goes all the way down. So you've got super deep storage interior. And then these 2 beds are independently controlled. So you've got storage underneath, but also you can slide them together or slide them farther apart, however might fit the need that you have. And then again, just these cool little accents, all custom done in-house for your little headboards, little light accents. You have the reading lights at both in the owner's cabin and in the mid-berth. And then your flip-up chargers or pop-up chargers that you have again as well. So overall, I don't know of a boat in this size class that has the rough water capability, the speed, and then as beautiful of appointments as this 56 LS. Again, this is Brett Moomey with Skipper Buds and MarineMax. Give us a call to get more information and our on-order inventory.